Hey, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Meat Boy. We just finished Chapter 3, The Salt Factory, so now we descend into hell. Enjoy the cutscene. Nice little Ninja Gaiden tribute there. Anyway, hell is aptly named, let's say, because some of these levels were designed by Beelzebub himself. You can see I die immediately on the first level. There's really not enough bad things that I can wish on the diabolical brain that came up with some of these levels. And if you guys knew the problems that I had, not only recording this, like the audio-visual side, but just playing through it well enough to not have 30 deaths on each level. I don't even know. I'm gonna stop QQing right now. I'll just let you watch. But seriously, I went through a lot to get this done. These levels are probably some of the hardest for me in the game, including the ones that come later. You know, I guess we'll see that as we move on in the Let's Play. So the main things that they introduce in hell, I suppose, is basically lava, obviously. Oftentimes rising at you, which I guess you're in the middle of a volcanic eruption right now instead of like a girder factory or something. But yeah, and also very, very precise jumps because there are saws that come at you at all times. Oh, and of course the Super Mario fireballs as well. And this level is really where things usually start to come off the rails for me, and I'm borderline throwing my controller through the wall at this point. That's actually not too bad. It's a very precise jump, but you know, normally I die a lot more there. 4-5 Pyro, not too bad. It's once we get into 4-7 and 4-8, which is one of them is Weeby, named after Steve Weeby from The King of Kong: A Fistful of Quarters. Great movie if you've not seen it, but yeah. Anyway, I digress. This part, not so bad. I mean, keep in mind that every time you see a successful run, that's the byproduct of hundreds of my deaths eventually adding up and forming a concentrated skill. But, yeah. Here's where things normally hit the rails for me. Rickets. If I could tell you, if I could count how many times I died on this level practicing for this, probably in the hundreds. At least the high dozens. I had a good run there, but most of the time I died at least 5 or 6 times, and I'd played this run at least maybe a dozen times trying to get the filming to work. So keep that in mind that this was not a one-shot deal. I didn't just boot up my Xbox and go for it. So yeah, it's called the Weeby. You're kind of jumping over fireballs that resemble the barrels from Donkey Kong, I guess is what they're going for. Works for me. They also introduced these portals, which are actually a pretty cool gameplay mechanic, I gotta say. You have to use them very similar to the way that you would use a portal in, say, Portal. This is one of my favorite levels, at least the first part, just because you can do it so quickly and it looks kind of cool. But yeah, hell, aptly named. This is where the game really starts to play on your frustration. But you can't let the game win. You've got to always keep your, oh, fuck that. You gotta always keep your cool at all times, as I completely disregard what I was just about to say. These jumps over the fireballs are so tiny, you have almost no vertical clearance. You pretty much gotta be perfect. Alright. This level is actually really cool, but for some reason I tend to suck at it. It's just one of those Let's Play curse types of deals, I guess, where levels that you're normally pretty good at, when you're playing it without a camera on you, you get a lot worse at when you're playing it with a camera on you. But hopefully it doesn't get much worse than this for the rest of the level. Although thus far, not a bad run, I've gotta say. So these homing lasers also make an appearance, and you know what, these are kind of a cakewalk in comparison to the other levels, particularly ones with a lot of lava or a lot of saws. I can't tell you how many times I died at this level. Well, okay, then as I just run off the boardwalk again. Here, let's take it seriously. There's also a bandage on this level, which is one of the hardest ones that I've gotten thus far. took me probably 20 minutes to get, and someone in the comments is going to say they got it on their first try. Good things to say about this level, though. Some of these puzzles are really, I don't want to say innovative, but ingenious. Like in this one, you have to always make sure that the lasers are being blocked. Now, it looks perhaps easy, but that jump at the top there took me a long time to figure out. Once you get it the first time, you're pretty much good, but after that, it's rough. You know, these bullet bills might actually be my least favorite enemy in the entire game. You'll see why, most likely, as we move further along. Jeez, couldn't get much closer than that. But yeah, those things are just hellish. Once they impact, they send out another 6 bullets in a semicircle, basically, around their point of impact. All in all, these levels aren't too bad right here, but it gets worse. Alright, Lost Highway, named after a David Lynch movie. And again with the Let's Play curse, jumps that you would normally find pretty easy suddenly become insanely difficult. Alright, I finally made it. Now this part I've kind of botched, because the way the pattern for the fireballs depends on when you chose to jump into that first portal. So it'll either get easier or harder depending on the timing that you had. I honestly think I may have chosen the worst possible timing. But anyway, let's redeem ourselves there. You can see there's a bandage on the left side of this level that I have not gotten, but I think I've got characters that'll make that possible. I don't have anybody with a double jump yet, but I don't necessarily think you need one to make that. You could probably do it just with Meat Boy. It'll be frustrating though. Alright, so this time I basically got the timing perfect. Yeah, so just leisurely stroll up to Bandage Girl. This level, I hope whoever invented this dies in a fire, because I just, for one reason or another, my brain just does not compute the Boris algorithms that I need. Although I did it on the first try, so I guess I'm eating my words. Take my word for it. I have died hundreds of times on this level, and in many, many different ways. And this is another one that actually should be easy, but for whatever reason, usually causes me some problems. Oh yeah, just took the bullet right in the face. It's normally one of those things where once you die once, you're just like, ah, oh, screw this, and then you die many, many times. So if you're watching this at home, don't do what I do, kids. Don't get frustrated. That's what the game wants from you. I just died in the lava. Oh my god. Take a drink every time I die, and don't send me a bill for your stomach getting pumped at the hospital. Alright, let's just play it cool. Play it cool. What would Fonzie do? Fonzie play it. Oh, come on! I was right at the bottom! Oh my god. Now keep in mind, this is, to this point, the best run I've had while recording. So it doesn't get much better than this. This is my Wayne Gretzky run. Oh, Jesus Christ! To have that happen to me twice is insane. This is my LeBron James run. If LeBron James had like a 10% free throw percentage. Here we go, just play it cool. Jump over the bullets. I go down for Bandage Girl. Ooh, wow. Could not get much closer than that. Alright, so now this level is like a multi-stage level that basically presents you with all the obstacles that you've faced so far in Hell. And surprisingly, it's actually not that hard. Like, it would have been a lot harder if they just focused on one, but I'm kind of glad for a reprieve at this point. There's also a bandage on this level that's actually relatively easy to get. I'll show you. Yeah, it was just under where the bullet bill is going to come out, but the jump is actually pretty easy to make. So anyway, let's move on to the boss, Little Horn. Enjoy the cutscene. Now, for my money, this is actually probably the easiest boss in the game. Maybe the second easiest after the boss from the first level. But the catch is that you're gonna die a lot the first couple of times you play it, because it's all pattern recognition. So if you don't know what's coming, you're basically done. If you do know what's coming, it's hard to fail, although I'm sure I'll find a way to die at least once. His only 3 attacks really are the fist swipe that he does, like right here. Just jump over that. Then he does a head smash, and that's also what gives him damage. So 3 bumps on his head and he'll die. And he also does kind of like a fist smash that alternates between his left and right hands. And it's just really remembering the order that he does it, because he does it in the same order every single time. Oh, I died in the lava. That's actually the first time that's happened. But yeah, you get the general gist of it. This guy is quite easy. You know, in terms of ranking the difficulty of the bosses thus far, I really think Chad from level 2 is harder than this guy, and probably the hardest we've faced so far. Although, believe me, it gets harder. So just wait for a couple fist smash. Move out of the way. Watch out for the fist swipe. I'm not sure if these are, these names are canon, but that's what I like to call them. I'm kind of confused as to the story of Meat Boy at this point. I was kind of under the impression that Dr. Fetus is making a bunch of Meat Boy clones because he saw so many dead ones, but I'm not really sure. Hopefully that'll come to light a little bit later. This guy's basically done, just one more head smash. Boom. Alright. Here is the final cutscene from Hell. Alright, so we finished Hell, and now we are about to move on to what else? The Rapture. Not to be confused with Rapture from BioShock. Thanks for suffering, guys. See you later.